Hello everyone, it's Jonathan Simstrot here with Keyrenter Property Management in Austin. Hope you're all doing well today. The pleasure of being joined by Max Hankins. Max is our Director of Leasing here at Keyrenter. He's been with us for several years. Wanted to bring him in today to chat through a couple of things that we're seeing on the leasing side, specifically with property owners encountering some challenges when it comes to leasing out their properties, perhaps for the first time. And so I wanted to bring you, Max, in, and thank you for being willing to talk through some of those things. As you think through some of the top challenges that you're seeing your owners face, what comes to mind, I guess, right out of the gate?
Obviously, the first thing that comes to mind is overpricing. Ensuring the home is priced right is very, very important. Focusing on vacancy loss, days on market, making sure that we're comparing the subject property with comparable homes that are similar both aesthetically and size. I think that's really, really important. We have tools here at Keyrenter to really focus on making sure that we're doing that effectively and we're showing competitively based on other comps in the area.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Do you feel like our rental property owners occasionally sort of pressing for a little bit higher price than what you think the market might bear? Do you feel like that happens, or is that not a thing?
Oh, definitely. I feel like that happens very often with many articles that we read. Austin is booming, right?
Right,
it's the number one place to live. And so sometimes that can skew the expectation a little bit. So, and it's very location specific. So obviously, we're a very small city, but very large. But we do have some sub-cities that are outside of the Austin proper area. So location does matter.
Yeah, for sure.
Supply and demand.
When you see a property owner that just insists on a little bit higher price than maybe you might recommend, what do they experience? Like, what's the impact to them if that happens typically?
Yeah, if we're well over market value, we do have longer days on market, and so but we provide weekly updates in our leasing process just to make sure that owners are aware. If we're not getting traffic, we want to make sure to overcome that by either lowering the price to appeal to a wider audience. And so we just stay on top of current market conditions to ensure that we're effectively communicating and informing owners to make sure they're making an educated decision.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very important.
Yeah, it is super important. You're right. I mean, just a little bit of extra vacancy time can really eat through your cash flow. I mean, you're pushing for $50 or $100 more a month, and that can really have an impact if you have 1 or 2 months of vacancy, right?
Oh,
so
yeah,
definitely kind of works against you. What else? Anything else that comes to mind in terms of common challenges that you're encountering?
Yeah, I would say property condition. I think that's another thing. Modern tenants these days, with rental prices being so high, the expectation is also high. So making sure that we're kind of appealing to that audience and common interest if they're wanting stainless steel appliances and those type of visual amenities, those are important to the individual renter. But not just beyond that, focusing on just maybe the bare minimums of making sure the home's show ready. What I mean by that is properly cleaned, it looks good, it smells great, carpets are professionally cleaned, all lights are working and functional, the appliances are working and functional and look presentable. I think that's really crucial because first impressions are very, very important.
It's huge.
And curb appeal, making sure lawn care is tidy, and I find that to be really, really important.
Yeah,
right? It's very basic, you think, right? But it's so important.
Yeah, it's the little things.
Yeah, it's little things that really matter. And if we were matched up between two properties very similar, priced well, between both, I think that the prospect would be more so interested in a home that looks great, because from that impression, they're going to say, okay, the homeowner cares for this home, or the property manager cares for this home. So that's what they want to see in their personal residence.
You
It's
bet.
very important.
You bet. Absolutely. One thing that I've heard you and the team talk about occasionally is the topic of pets and sort of how saying yes to pets, saying no to pets, and what impact that has on the sort of the rental process.
Yeah.
Any thoughts you have along the pet line?
Yeah, it's a common concern, right? I mean, I feel pets do typically bring on more wear and tear, and statistically speaking, 74% of renters have a pet.
It's a big number.
So that's a very, very big number.
Yeah.
In our experience, we found that if we don't allow pets, it really limits the pool on prospects for a home. So, but what we do here at Keyrenter, I think, is really valuable, and we go through a very, very streamlined, very
Very thorough process.
Very thorough process, exactly.
Yeah.
Very thorough. And making sure that we're complying and following our pet parameters is really important. Not only on top of that and doing our due diligence, we also will provide deposits and also provide a pet guarantee to our owner. That way, if there is any pet damage in the property, the owner's covered to a certain extent. So I think that's really important. And so I think
it's good.
Really,
that's good. Yeah, I'll just kind of double down on what you're sharing there. I think the pet damage guarantee that we offer is pretty important. We haven't always offered it. It was offered in response to sort of this need of owners, feeling that urge or the sense of like, I want to say yes to a pet, but I'm worried about that risk. And so that $1,000 pet guarantee you're mentioning, which is on top of the deposit, by the way, that definitely helps to offset some of that risk. So no, I like that. It's good. It's great. Cool. Awesome. That's great. Well, thank you, Max.
Yeah, definitely.
Appreciate your time here today, and thank you all for listening. If you'd like to learn more about us, our process, leasing process, or anything else for that matter, feel free to hit the link below in the notes, and we'd love to schedule time to speak with you. Thanks so much.